Hello, everybody. So good to see you today. Happy Tuesday. So happy to see you here. Today, I am excited to talk with you about something that I really feel needs to be said in the wedding space, which is, are you attracting broke couples through various different ways in your wedding business? Okay. This is something that I think a lot of us maybe don't realize that we're doing, that maybe through a couple of different areas in your wedding business, we are giving signals to couples that are telling them that, you are willing to haggle on price, that you have cheaper options that they should consider. Instead of bringing in some of those couples that are wanting to book some of those higher packages with you because they see the value of those packages and the value of your services. Now, that's a little bit of a separate conversation. I'll go into that another time. But for today, I wanted to call to all of our attention some of the reasons why and some of the different ways that we might be accidentally bringing in broke couples to our website, into conversation with us and all of that. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways that I'm going to go through, and then after I kind of show you some of these ways that you might be bringing in these broke couples and how some of these unintentional ways this might be happening, then afterwards I'm going to explain a few ways that we can try to fix that and how we can try to make sure that we are letting these budget couples know that even if you have things available for them, that maybe they need to go explore somebody else who's going to be willing to haggle with them on price, right? Or that they need to realize that you are more than just your price, that you offer a quality service, that you are the right wedding pro for them, and start getting them closer to understanding that so they see you as more than just a price, right? Okay. So the first thing and the first way that I see a lot of wedding pros accidentally bringing in broke couples is in their language on their website. Okay. And this could also be on social media posts, emails, things like that. But for the purposes of what we're talking about today, I'm going to talk mostly about website. So a lot of times I will see on wedding business websites, whether you're, a photographer, a DJ, a venue, doesn't matter. I will see terms like affordable or for any budget. We have options available for any budget. Well, here's the thing. There is power in words. And when you use words like that have these, kind of cheap connotations like affordable, or using a term like, we do things for any budget, even if that is true, this might be unintentionally bringing in couples that are looking for deals, that are looking for wedding pros that are going to be okay with, giving them the lowest package or trying to ask for the world within, the boundaries of a smaller package, right? So this is something that, I want you just to be aware of. And like I said, I'll talk about some ways to fix that in just a little bit. But think about your website, and are you using terms like, affordable venue options, affordable wedding photography, affordable wedding entertainment, anything like that, or saying, we create floral designs for any budget. And like I said, even if that's true, just by using some of those terms, that's going to bring in some of those couples that are looking for deals and are going to be, penny pinching a little bit, right? Another way that I see wedding pros bringing in these broke couples is in pricing. Okay. So a lot of times, and I know the pricing discussion is a hot button topic, right? This is something that people really feel strongly, for or against, in terms of listing your pricing on your website. Personally, we believe that you should save your pricing. In most cases, you should save specifics on your pricing for a consultation, simply so that they can fully understand and you can fully understand and prescribe the right package for them, rather than, having a one size fits all solution. And plus, I will tell you, as a little bonus tip, this is something that six-figure wedding pros never do. They never just give their pricing out to people when they ask for it. they will say, well, let's jump onto a call and, I'd be happy to share that with you, or I'd be happy to give you the range of options. Now, this isn't, making it difficult. This isn't with the intention of making it difficult for the couples or anything like that. The goal of this is to really help these couples to understand that you need to know what their true goals are and what they're really looking for in order to give them the most accurate pricing. Because maybe they do need, especially if they're going to have a micro wedding or an elopement or something like that, maybe your lowest package is the right fit for them. But one, you don't want to assume that. And two, when people just ask for pricing right out the gate without learning more about you and understanding about your business and what you do, that shows that really they could hire anybody. Doesn't really matter to them. All they care about is who's going to give them the lowest price. Okay. So that's important. Another way that I see this when it comes so let me give you some examples of how this works in the pricing. Okay. Because we talked about whether or not to put the pricing on the website or to give it right away. But it might be using phrases like packages start at, and then using that lowest number. Because what's going to happen? These couples are going to see that lowest number and think, oh, cool. I could, ask for the world, or I could get this, some whatever it is that I want. And, this is kind of the number that we're playing with. Okay. And like I said, I know there's some reasoning to want to give, pricing on there. So I do have some solutions I'll share in just a minute. But another thing in terms of the pricing that I see wedding pros doing, and I would really love for you guys to not do this, because this is killing off your sales, is by offering too many deals and freebies right away. We will sometimes see pop-ups come up, like as soon as you land on a website, on a homepage, you'll see a pop-up that says, 10% off, or we'll offer booking specials or something like that. And this is something that is going to kill your sales, because think about what message are you sending to these couples? You're sending them a message of, I'm willing to give you a deal. Let's do this. These prices that are here, no worries. I'll give you less. I'll do it for less. That is not what we want to send here. Okay. And again, I'll give some tips on how to fix that in a minute. But this also includes things like freebies, like free engagement photo sessions or free tastings or something like that, with no strings attached. That part that I just said, no strings attached, that is the key, okay? Because when you say free, it automatically gets equated most of the time to cheap or budget or low end, right? When you hear that, people think, oh, I can get something for free. Usually people give things away for free that are not very valuable. But let me tell you something, your time as a wedding professional, or something that you might offer as part of a package, excuse me, these are valuable things, okay? They have value. And I don't want to see you just giving these things out right away without there being some sort of, give and take, okay? Excuse me. It's fine to give away, things like this, if you're just getting started, right? If you just need leads, you need to get people in the door, and you're fine with sifting through leads and trying to figure out which ones will work for you and which ones won't. But I have seen, and we have seen, too many photographers, for example, okay, tell us that they've been burned by this strategy, that they tried offering the free engagement photo session that so many, wedding photo specialists will tell them to do. They'll do this, and what happens? They end up getting burned and wasting their time with couples who just wanted a free engagement session and had no intention to book them with their higher packages. And the reason why this doesn't work is because there were no strings attached. So we'll talk about some ways to fix that as well. And finally, the way that I see a lot of wedding pros really kind of shooting themselves in the foot when it comes to attracting budget couples and bringing in budget couples is in their appearance. Okay. And what I mean by this is your website. I say this with so much love and so much, I hope you know my heart for this and what I really mean. But the thing is, if you have a budget looking site, a budget looking website, you're going to attract budget seeking couples. Okay. Because again, we have to think about the message that it's sending out. The messages that we're sending out, sometimes they are text and, actual words, but sometimes it's visual signals and cues and things like that. Okay. It all works together. And if you have this, kind of an outdated website, if you have, a website that looks like it hasn't been touched or updated in years, it uses some kind of outdated tactics or anything like that, or it's just not very attractive and doesn't look like it's something that, a serious wedding business would have, then what the message that it sends out is that it looks like you don't have a lot to work with in terms of clients, and you're going to take anyone just to pay the bills. And the thing is, even if that's true, you shouldn't look like it. Okay. Even if, especially over this past year, if you've been struggling and everything like that, it may be true that maybe you're willing to work with maybe some different levels of couples, than you have in the past, simply because you want to kind of get things going again and be able to pay off some bills and things like that. Totally fine. And I totally get that. But we don't want to look as if we are desperate for clients. Okay. We don't want to look as though we are ready to wheel and deal and give some, discounts and freebies and whatever it is that they need, just as long as they sign on the dotted line, right? We don't want to do that. So let's talk about how to fix these things. Okay. Excuse me. First of all, I want you to look through your website for any of these key terms that I mentioned, like affordable or for any budget or something like that. Any of these terms that are going to speak to lower end or budget couples, okay? And let's find some ways to fix those, okay? Let's find some words that are going to have, help you to give the right meaning and the right message. So that way, instead of saying, we offer affordable wedding packages for every budget. Well, maybe we could say something like, we'll work with you to customize a package that fits your needs. Do you see how that sounds different than saying affordable packages to fit any budget? Because that immediately says, hey, if you don't have a ton of money, no problem, we'll make it work for you. And again, even if that is what you do, let's find a different way to say it so that way it has the same intention behind it, which is that you will work with the couple to make sure that they don't feel like they're being charged for what they don't need, or paying for or not getting what they need either, that they're paying too little and not getting what it is they truly want from working with you. But it's said in a different way that helps them to understand that the heart and the intention of that, which is that you will work with them and you will custom create a package that is going to work for what they want, with everything they want and nothing they don't, right? That's the real intention behind it. So that's what we need to work on our phrasing for. Secondly, you could consider changing your package prices to offer a range, okay? So maybe saying, packages range from this amount to this amount, and, giving lowest to highest, or, that way it gives people kind of an idea that there are some lower priced options, but that you do offer some, higher end, and this is, more likely what they're going to spend. Or another way that I've seen a lot of wedding pros do this is to say, on average, couples spend ... And they will put a more, kind of middle to leaning towards that higher end range, just so that people can get an idea. So if you are, team pricing on your website, then you can have that on there and give people an idea of what it's like, so they can figure out if they're in the ballpark. If that's a concern for you, if you want to make sure that that's a real possibility. Or, but that way you're also not letting them know that you have these super cheap packages that they can, like I said, kind of haggle with you about and try to get a lower price on. All right. Another way that you can fix this is if you do want to offer deals or freebies, because look, I am not against, and we are not against at Book More Brides, offering deals and freebies. Hey, let's do it, man. Let's whatever is going to help to kind of close those couples and make sure that they are ready to work with you. But do not start with this. Don't use this as an opener, okay? Use it as a way to be able to close them. You can offer these up by, putting that once you get them on your email list. And then that way you have some time to give them, to send some give emails. Like we talk about the give, ask formula and the give, ask method to make sure that you are giving them twice as much information before you ask them to book with you or do a consultation with you or anything like that, right? It's making sure that you are giving them a chance to get to know you and then offering them a package if they have not bitten yet, if they have not reached out to you yet and said, yeah, actually, this was a great email, or, I'm ready to move from that buy later couple into that buy now couple. Then you could offer that as kind of like a deal clincher, some sort of a percentage off, or adding in something from a higher end package into a mid or low range package just to kind of help seal the deal. But don't start with this, okay? You need to show them your value first and that you are more than just a price. And that's how you're going to be able to do it. Because if you start off with those freebies and everything, it just shows that, you're willing to go lower than what you truly are listing, and that your price isn't really your price, that it can be brought down, with the right persistent couple, right? You could also include giveaways and freebies with the purchase of a specific package or with their deposit or something along those lines, okay? So like I said, you can use this as a closing tool, but don't use it as an attraction tool. Because when you use these, percentages off, freebies, or anything like that, again, with no strings attached, and you use it as an attraction tool just to bring people in the door, you're going to bring in people that are looking for deals, that are, don't care about what it is that you offer, just as long as they get a good deal, which again, it means that they are going to be looking for the lowest price possible. They're not looking at value. They're only looking at price. Okay. So don't use these strategies as an attraction tool. Use them as a closing tool. And then finally, really make sure that you are upgrading the look of your website, okay? This truly is easily done now. It doesn't have to cost you thousands of dollars, to have some custom designed website. And this, like I said, this can be easily done. You can easily update your website with sites like Wix or Showit or something like that. There are a lot of options out there to have these really beautiful template sites that would help you to just give, a little refresh, a little facelift to your website, so that way it looks fresh and modern and doesn't look like, a budget wedding pro or someone who doesn't take their job seriously, because nobody wants to give that impression, right? That's terrible. But I do want to tell you that if you need help making this happen, then send us an email, hello@bookmorebrides.com. And we can help to give you some specific pointers on your website, maybe help you to figure out which elements need to be updated, kind of some recommendations on that, and maybe even help you with some resources to help you get a new sign designed and published quickly. So that way you can stop bringing in these budget couples, stop bringing in people who are just looking for a deal, no strings attached, who truly have no intention of actually booking with you, and making sure that instead we are using these things that we talked about today, okay? Making sure that you are not using budget words, that you change your pricing and freebies offered to either, ones that are going to help them to understand your value first and give a range of things, rather than just handing them a price list and saying, good luck to you, let me know if you're interested. Like I said, that's something that six-figure wedding pros never, ever do. Making sure that you are giving them deals and freebies as closers, not as attraction elements, okay? And making sure that you upgrade the look of your website, so that way it's making sense to where we're at right now in 2021, making sure that you look like you are a business that is ready to serve these couples, that is excited to help them, and that you are getting the right kinds of people in your door, not the kind of people that are just going to be looking for deals and freebies, okay? So tell me, which of these elements that we talked about today, which one of these kind of made you like, yeah, whoops, I'm doing that? Let me know in the comments below, because I would really love to understand which one of these kind of felt like I was totally calling you out, and which ones you want to work on and you're committed to really upgrading so you can up your game, start bringing in more of those higher value couples that are going to appreciate you for who you're worth and not just be looking for the lowest price possible. So let me know in the comments below which one of those tips spoke to you the most. And again, if you need any help on this, especially from the website side of things, you can email us anytime, hello@bookmorebrides.com. We'd be happy to point you in the right direction and get you some good resources to help you out, okay? So thank you guys so much for spending some time with us today. So happy to see you, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon, okay? Have a great day, everybody. Bye.